Welcome to Research Talk number 3 at twitch.tv/Dr. Gameology. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV, and you hear the theme of Ishgard playing in the background. We are leveling up our Black Mage today, and we're going to take a break to talk about a research topic that's near and dear to my heart. And on the screen here, that concept is psychological flow. So psychological flow is a very specific experience that we get into in our minds when we have a perfect balance with the thing that we're focused on between the potential for stress and also the reality that we could become bored. So as you can see on the chart, we have anxiety on the top half. This is what happens when the degree of challenge for the task that we're playing or doing becomes too much for us. But then on the bottom, we see boredom. And this is what happens when the challenge at hand is too easy for us. Video games are a perfect place to come to terms with how flow works for us. The goal when we play a video game, and this is something game developers give us, and it's beautiful, is we actually want to be inside what is called the flow channel as often as possible. The flow channel is what happens when our skill matches the challenge. So some people get into flow when the challenge goes up just a little bit, and so the pressure is maybe they will get overwhelmed and maybe they will fail. But by focusing in, zoning in, doing their rotation, getting their stats right, and putting their moves in the perfect order, dodging all the fireballs, getting out of those AoE damages on the floor, they can triumph. So that perfect blend of knowledge and execution avoids the stress, anxiety, and panic in the top of this chart. But because the challenge is perfect for them in that moment, and they have to execute perfectly in order to triumph, they are definitely not bored. Every part of their being, the core of themselves, is blended into the activity. This happens all the time with me during boss fights that I'm learning, is you get to the point where the boss fight is too hard, it's brand new, and you don't know what to do. That's anxiety. And if you freak out, you start crying, you don't know what to do, and you lose over and over and over, that could be panic. That's an overwhelmed state. That is not the flow channel. But you have to go after new bosses because the ones that you know how to beat, like we just completed Sestasha, one of the first dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV Online. It's so easy, there's no reason to try. So you could say that it's a nice opportunity to talk with my chat, because if I don't find something to occupy my mind, we'll be in the bottom part of this flowchart, which is where boredom occurs, because the skill is too high for the task that we are being presented with. So when I have a new boss fight, I am looking for those opportunities to learn something new and challenge myself, but to develop an expertise in that fight so that I can feel the flow channel. You know where else I get this feeling? When I'm writing research papers. When you're trying to learn things and you're reading other people's work and you're looking for data tables and you're looking for the results and outcomes from past research. You are learning, you're not necessarily creating anything new. But when I am creating something new, when I'm writing a new paragraph or completing a new section, I might be writing sentence after sentence, which grows into paragraphs, which grows into pages and entire sections. And then we have something that's publication worthy. That journey was me living in the flow channel. So this is something I wish a lot of my students and people that I talk with about mental health and how to succeed in life understood, is that the only way to get into the flow channel is to develop your skill and believe in yourself. Don't just tell yourself that you're going to fail. Don't just tell yourself that this is too much for me and not step into the arena. You have to sit down and do the hard work. And once you complete the hard work and you build that work into your psyche, into your persona, into your ability to step into the challenge and say, I'm here, what do you got? Then you're able to be in the flow channel. The activity merges with your own self, your psyche, everything about your focus is about that activity. And like I said, the job of game developers is to guide us through a game and make us experience the flow channel. They definitely never want us to be bored, but the difficulty levels and the different thresholds for challenges are designed so that people of all skill types can get to play something that will create the experience of flow. Going back to the original publication that I'm aware of with the concept of flow, Csikszentmihalyi, in the book Beyond Boredom and Anxiety, talked about the satisfying, exhilarating feeling of creative accomplishments and heightened functioning. That is flow. And we play games because we're looking for that. But my hope after watching a video like this and jumping into a stream like Twitch Dr. Gameology is that you'll want to find flow in life too. And if you can do that, you'll be able to continue the journey and make it an even better one. If you've enjoyed this research talk, I'd love to see you come by twitch.tv/Dr. Gameology. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV all the time. Some other games on PS4, played Battlefront a little bit last week. We're always here to talk about the psychology of who we become when we play games. And you can check out more ideas like this on the Gaming Persona podcast as well. So I hope we cross paths, and I hope you start to notice where your opportunities for flow exist. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.